Can you put 6 balls into the pockets of the table? This is an impossible billiards puzzle. The first challenge is to place the balls in the depressions on the table surface, and we can move the balls by shaking the table. As long as you have enough patience, you can complete the challenge after a while, but you cannot complete the second challenge. We need to put 6 balls into the pockets of the table separately, and there's a tricky part. The pockets have a small step. My first method was to shake the table. As you can see, I was able to put 2 balls into the pockets. If I continued with the same action, the balls would fall out of the pockets. After trying for several hours, I was unable to put 6 balls into the pockets at the same time. My second method was to rotate the table, to move the billiard balls using centrifugal force. But the balls still couldn't be moved into the pockets due to the obstruction. If you can't damage the table, can you think of a way to complete the challenge? Please tell me. Can you put 2 more pieces of pizza in the frame? This is a puzzle published in 2010. You can try to rearrange the pizzas, but as you can see, I was only able to fit 6 pizzas, not enough space for the last one. You can experiment with a variety of different arrangements, but most of the time, you'll end up with a pizza that doesn't fit in the frame. Since there is only one solution to the puzzle, it is very difficult to find it. So what's the solution? First, you need to place a piece of pizza in the top left corner, and then a piece to the right of it. The third block is placed in the upper right corner. The fourth block is placed in the lower right corner in the same way. The fifth block is immediately to the left of the frame. Then place a piece underneath it. Let's see how the last piece of pizza is placed. So the puzzle is solved. Do you like the puzzle? Can you detach 2 U-bolts? While nuts can be moved, they can never be removed. It seems impossible to separate the 2 bolts. What if I tell that there is a solution, but you need to look closely at the screws? You'll notice that the bolt has a small cutout here, and has 3 nuts that are a little thinner on one side. What you have to do is move the normal nut to the bottom. Then find a suitable angle where the bolt can be moved to the other side. Then move the other 3 nuts to move the thinner side to the inside. And the other 2 nuts are moved to the bottom and top, respectively. There is a precise point in this position that allows the 2 bolts to cross. Now it's these 2 nuts that are preventing us from parting. We moved this nut down. The bolt can be moved up a bit. Slowly the bolt will go over the nut at the top. Finally, move the nut upwards, and you can see that the 2 will swap places. Find a suitable angle and you can separate them. Did you like this puzzle? Can you put 5 pieces in the box? This is the only entrance, and after you have placed 3 shards, you will not be able to add any more pieces. So what's the solution? You will notice that there are some holes around the box. Clearly, this is no coincidence. All you have to do is put in the T-shaped piece first. Use the hole on the right to make the first spin, then use the hole at the top to flip the piece over. Then move the pieces to the top for a second spin. At the end of the third rotation, the T-shaped piece can be extended to the outside of the box. Then put in the second piece and place it in the top right corner by rotating it. Place the third piece and move to the right side of the box. Next, flip the box over, and once the T falls in, we have room for the L-shaped piece. Finally, put the last piece of shard through the hole on the side of the box. Did you like this puzzle? Can you add 7 pipes to the frame? This is a famous puzzle that originated in the 19th century. Once you start experimenting, you'll soon realize that when you put in 6 pipes, there's not enough room for the last one. You can try to rearrange all the pipes. Because of the special shape of the pipes, no matter how they are combined, a lot of space will be wasted. Most of the time, you'll end up with a pipe that won't fit in the frame, unless you can find a way to make better use of the space. There is only one solution to the puzzle, and it is very difficult to find it. What you have to do is place the first pipe here, then the second one underneath, and the third one at the bottom of the frame. The fourth is placed on top of the frame. Then a fifth pipe is placed on the right side of the frame. Place the sixth one here. Is there enough space left now to fit the last pipe? So that the puzzle is solved. Did you like this puzzle? Can you put 6 liters in the box? This is a puzzle that won the 2015 award. It sounds simple, but in fact, when you place 4L, the entrance is blocked and you can't move on to the other parts. You can try to rearrange all the parts, but if you put them in a simple way, you'll end up with 2L that won't fit in the box. So what's the solution? You need to think about how to take advantage of this incision. The first thing you have to do is place an L and move it to the right. Then place the second L in the opposite way. Then use the incision to rotate it. Next, move the first L to the left. Then move it to the top of the box and rotate it with the cutout. You can combine 2 L's together and place them on one side of the box. Then place the third block and move it to the left. The fourth block is placed in the same way. Then place the fifth block and move it to the right. Now there's plenty of room for the last piece. Did you like this puzzle?